United Cup SF Preview, USA v Poland, Belgium v Switzerland. If Poland beat USA, a new winner will be engraved onto the trophy on Sunday. Hubert Hurkacz and Iga Swiatek arrive in the United Cup semifinals with a point to prove on Saturday in Sydney. Last year in the final, Taylor Fritz struck late in a deciding set tiebreak to clinch the title for Team USA after Coco Gauff had earlier beaten Swiatek, spoiling Poland's bid for the trophy. If Hurkacz and Swiatek can exact revenge this time, they'll ensure a new name is engraved on the trophy on Sunday. In the first tie of the day, three-time major champion Stan Wawrinka will aim to add another memorable chapter to the early part of his farewell season when Team Switzerland meets Team Belgium. Belinda Bencic, unbeaten in singles and in mixed doubles, faces Elise Mertens before Wawrinka tackles Zizou Bergs later in the tie. USA vs Poland, 5:30 p.m. The opening match of this tie pits two former WTA Finals winners and rivals, Iga Swiatek and Coco Gauff, against each other, with Swiatek looking to extend her perfect 3-0 run at this year's United Cup. Swiatek has been a standout for Poland, producing authoritative singles wins and helping her side reach the semis for the fourth consecutive edition. While Gauff suffered defeat to Jessica Buza's Monero in the group stage, she has been central to the United States' defense of its title. Fritz and Hurkacz will then renew their rivalry in a match loaded with narrative. Fritz holds a 4-2 Lexus ATP head-to-head lead, while Hurkacz has been a constant threat this week following his return from knee surgery, producing one of the tournament's biggest upsets with a straight sets victory over world number 3 Alexander Zverev. With both teams brimming with firepower and history, this tie carries a strong revenge theme. Swiatek and Hurkacz aiming to overturn past disappointment against American foes who lifted the trophy in Sydney last season. Switzerland vs Belgium, 10 a.m. Bencic has been the driving force behind Switzerland's run, remaining unbeaten across 3 singles matches and partnering Jakob Paul for 3 mixed doubles victories, 2 of them in decisive rubbers. The 28-year-old will look to level her rivalry with Elise Mertens, who claimed their only previous meeting, though Bencic is well aware the tie could once again hinge on the mixed doubles. "He's a great doubles player right now," Bencic said of Paul. "I knew how good he can play. It's more impressive on the court. He's definitely helping me so much. Stan is, of course, coaching us great. We have great energy on the court." You may also like why Stan Wawrinka's last dance will be more salsa than slow waltz. Wawrinka, who logged more than 7.5 hours in Perth, 1 win, 2 losses, opted for another rest day on Friday after arriving in Sydney. With extreme heat forecast, the tie has been moved forward by 30 minutes to a 10 a.m. start, and the 40-year-old will need to be fully refreshed for his clash with Bergs. "It's going to be really hot and humid," Wawrinka told ATPTour.com in Sydney. "The positive thing is that there's a roof, so the sun is not going to be directly on us. We expect some really tough conditions, but we are ready for it. It's going to be the same for us in Belgium, and I think it's going to be a big fight." Bergs is full of confidence after straight sets victories over world number 5 Felix Auger-Aliassime and number 18 Jakub Mensik en route to the semifinals, marking the first time in his career he has defeated top 20 opponents in back-to-back matches. The United Cup has always been more than a tennis tournament. It is a conversation between nations, a collision of styles, temperaments, and traditions, played out under the bright lights of a new season. As the semifinals arrive, the event feels less like a warm-up for the year ahead and more like a statement of intent. 4 teams remain, each carrying its own narrative, each believing this stage belongs to them. On one side of the draw, the heavyweight clash, USA v Poland, a meeting of depth against discipline, flair against focus. On the other, the subtler but no less compelling duel, Belgium v Switzerland, where experience, composure, and belief may matter more than raw power. Together, these semifinals promise contrast, tension, and the unique chemistry that only mixed-team tennis can produce. USA v Poland. Power meets precision. If the United Cup were a novel, this semifinal would read like a chapter titled Inevitability. The United States arrives with the aura of a superpower, a team overflowing with options and confidence. Poland arrives with something just as formidable, clarity. There is no mystery about how Poland wants to win, they simply intend to execute it better than anyone else. The USA's greatest strength is abundance. Depth is their weapon. They can lean on explosive baseline tennis, athleticism that turns defense into offense, and a competitive culture that thrives in team environments. American players often bring an unmistakable swagger to these moments, a sense that the court is a stage meant for them. In the United Cup format, that belief can be contagious. Poland, however, offers a different kind of intimidation. Their challenge is built on control. The women's side, anchored by relentless consistency and ruthless shot selection, sets a tone of inevitability. Points are constructed patiently, errors are extracted rather than gifted, and pressure is applied not through volume but through precision. On the men's side, Poland complements this with calm power and an understated resilience that can frustrate more emotional opponents. What makes this semifinal fascinating is the contrast in rhythm. The USA prefers to accelerate, to shorten points, to inject energy into every rally. Poland prefers to slow the heartbeat of the match, to stretch exchanges until doubt creeps in. In singles, this contrast becomes a psychological duel. Can the Americans maintain intensity without overreaching, and can Poland absorb the pace without losing court position? Then there is the mixed doubles, the United Cup's great equalizer. Here, chemistry matters as much as ranking. The USA often thrives in these moments, feeding off communication and spontaneity. Poland counters with structure and clarity, treating each point like a miniature chess problem. One loose service game or mistimed poach could tilt the entire tie. Emotion may be the invisible factor. The United States draws energy from momentum. When things go their way, they tend to surge. Poland draws strength from adversity. When pushed, they become more precise, not less. This semifinal could hinge on who controls the emotional temperature of the arena. In many ways, this is a test of modern tennis philosophies. Power versus patience. Freedom versus discipline. Whichever side finds the balance between aggression and restraint will earn not just a place in the final, but a psychological edge over the rest of the field. Belgium v Switzerland. Quiet resolve and hidden steel. If USA v Poland is the headline act, Belgium v Switzerland is the connoisseur's choice. This is a semifinal built on nuance, experience, and the art of staying present. Neither team arrives with overwhelming favoritism, but both carry the quiet confidence of nations that know how to win tennis matches when expectations are evenly balanced.